calm
Sure.
down.
Well,
Calm down a bit.
me and Brad will kick off with the Outriders little impressions review, whatever it is that this is. Did you want to kick it off, Brad? With your thoughts on the game? Do you like the game? Firstly, do you want to tell have you beat the game? What class are you, and do you like it?
I like the game. I went answer those nice. It's a good game. Yes, I've beat it, and I'm a trickster.
There you go. So, end of.
It's brilliant. I wasn't going to get it. I got peer pressured by Reece and another friend, and we jumped in. I jumped in a little bit behind you, didn't I? Oh,
yep.
Caught up pretty quickly. But it's definitely a game that I'd want to play as a group. I think I'd struggle playing it solo. It seems like a team shooter for sure.
Was it you that said most people are playing it by themselves? Playing it solo, which I was quite surprised that is the case.
There were some stats that like 70%, like an obscenely high amount of people were playing it solo on the open weekend.
It's because everyone's playing it on Game Pass and everyone who has an Xbox don't have any friends. So...
That's the problem I've got.
That's why the Xbox people don't like us.
Sorry, everyone. It's a joke. I downloaded it on the Xbox, so
our subscribers just halved. We've now got 2.
Me and Ashley are brothers, and we've both downloaded it. Both got Game Pass, and we didn't even bother playing with each other.
No, that's true.
Beat the campaign. I think I don't know. Maybe we'll probably have some thoughts on the end game next week when we dive into that a bit more. But sure. I guess today we'll cover what the campaign was like. First impressions, like you said. So for me, I thought it was a lot of fun, really good. There's some real good elements for this game. It's a looter. It's not a live service game. I think they've made that clear from the start, haven't they? So it's not like we're going to get these seasonal updates every so often. The game is packaged and delivered, and that's it. But it's not like a linear story game as well. So you are going to be doing weekly missions and getting more powerful, getting your loot up to scratch. But yeah, what did you think of the campaign, Reece?
I enjoyed it. Obviously, I couldn't tell you anything about the story. We skipped every cutscene. I could not tell you anything of what happened at all. But we kind of made up names for every character, and we kind of made up the story in our own heads. But for me, the story seemed good. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I'm just going to repeat what Brad just said. I was also a trickster, and I love the game. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, what is trickster?
Yeah, what kind of
what is this?
It's the blue one.
Magic powers. What we got? Okay. We've got like freeze ability, so we can put a big bubble up, and any fuckeroos inside there, they just like start to really slow down and just
sounds like stasis, mate.
Shotgun.
You got a lot of bad things to say about stasis, and there you are using it.
Yeah, PvP problems. We don't have that problem in this, thankfully.
So it's all about sort of time manipulation and that sort of stuff. But it's supposed to be the most OP character. There's 4 classes on the game. Trickner, Technomancer, Demolitionist,
Devastator.
Is it Devastator?
Is it Devastator?
No,
maybe
Pyro, Firestarter.
Firestarter. Yeah, Luke. Yeah. But I think it's really fun. It kind of itches that scratch that obviously we both have in terms of looting, like looter games. We love looter games, and just the perks and the mods and the weapons are just really satisfying to shoot and play with, just because they're kind of almost everything's OP, and I feel like it's done on purpose. And that's part of my we had a bit of a discussion about the nerfing some of the stuff, because they're saying like our class is too OP and there's certain things that are. And I'm kind of like, well, that was the fun of the game. Like, it was over the top. And I feel like a lot of people have jumped in. You've given us 2 weeks of this really fun game, and to dial it back a bit, okay, I get it. There's got to be a bit of balancing, but it's kind of, that was a part of why I loved it. It's kind of like, I'm not going to play this game forever. I'm going to probably play it for like a month until the next season of Destiny comes out. And probably a lot of people are going to be the same. So it's kind of like, just let people have their fun. I couldn't really criticize the game at all, other than the servers. Like we said before we started recording, the servers were shocking. I've never seen
very rough launch.
Oh, don't. It was, and they were really, the community manager is really good, I have to say. Like, they were really transparent. They were constantly tweeting like, we're doing this, we're doing that, and they were keeping you in the loop. So you kind of wasn't annoyed what was happening, but it was so frustrating. I probably spent a good few hours just in that signing in screen, just waiting for it to come in. But it's good. What do you guys think? I know you haven't played a lot, Brad, Seeley and Ash.
I played a tiny bit. I downloaded it from Game Pass.
How far you got? Like how many hours roughly? You thinking?
I'd say about an hour and a half.
Okay. That's not
and I was playing on obviously my Xbox One S, and I just had a lot of texture popping, frame rate issues dropping, just like freezing. It was just really, and like I wasn't streaming it. I downloaded it onto my console. It was just it seemed really buggy, and the story just kind of. I don't know. It would have been better if I was playing with other people, but it's just kind of like, you're in this world, look for this. So look, there's a big.
I'm going to go back, I think, and do another character at one point, and probably look at the story. And I've heard mixed reviews on the story. Some people say the acting's really corny and everything's like fuck this, fuck that, and it just like it's really OTT swearing
it's like a cowboy, a future cowboy man, and then I just kind of.
Are they trying to be a little bit Borderlandsy with that, with like the humor and stuff? I feel like it's been inspired by a lot of like looters. Like you can clearly see Borderlands, Division, Destiny, Diablo. Like they've kind of merged. It's like a sandwich. It's not doing anything new. It's just kind of like
they're taking a lot of good from these other ones as well. Like to be fair, like not necessarily regarding the story, but in terms of like the mods and the abilities and stuff, they've really like you said earlier, they've really dialed up. Like the mod system's unbelievable. Like it's the best mod system I've seen in any looter game. And the crafting element, the crafting element is so flexible, and you can really I can really see the appeal in the end game just to keep on building and getting like collecting all the mods are very easy to attain because you dismantle a weapon that's got this mod on it and it's in your library to use indefinitely. There's very few restrictions with how you want to build your killing machine, and a lot of these looters, they really sort of only give you a little bit to keep you going. It seems like they're like, fucking, there you go, have that, like have fun with that.
Absolutely. The quality of life stuff is really good as well. No, like just dismantling stuff, like that's such a pain point for anybody that plays a looter. Like breaking things down in Destiny is just annoying. Like all the blues, like I want to get rid of the blues. Like you don't want them on all the shaders, which will change with the transmog, but like having like a system at the bottom of your like menu that says delete all the ones of this like color. That's like brilliant. Like why has no looter ever done that? That's just absolute genius. So
and auto looting as well, to press down on your D-pad and it just picks everything up around you. Like
things like that. Little touches, little quality of life stuff that just makes the game just like just a little bit more satisfying.
It's like they've all played Destiny, Division, and Borderlands, like you said. And they're like, I wish I could do that. It's like, right, I'm going to build that in my one.
Did the opposite of what Anthem? Like I think BioWare said they didn't look at Destiny at all. It's like, why would you not look at all your compares and what they're doing and learn from their mistakes? It's and clearly the developers of Outriders have definitely done that. Even like resend your skill tree, like they just let you do it if you want, things like that, just little things. It's really good. But go on, Brad, sorry, we cut you up there.
No, I'm just kind of like what I say. I didn't get that far, so I don't think I even got to the point where I could pick my class. So,
I don't think you could really. I don't want to be that guy. No, he's like that guy where he's like, you need to get to season 2, episode 5 before it gets good. You almost need to wait until it's like 5 hours in. Like once you get to the second area, like the mountainy area where the giant kind of spider thing is, that is when I feel like the game just really picks up because you unlock a lot more skills. You start getting your first kind of epic weapons, and then you kind of start to see the mod system. You're like, okay, I can see where it's going, and it goes from there. You kind of just need to get through that little intro bit, and when you're playing with friends, it's a lot better.
I would say I'm going to go back to it, but I don't think there's any chance of me ever going back to it. So it's just one of the ones that it's never. It's gone. Last weekend for an hour and a half, and now I'm like, nope, it's done. So
and I get that, especially when you're playing on Xbox, like previous gen as well. Probably another sign that Phil Spencer is wrong about obviously cross-gen stuff is not going to be an issue, because there's another example of obviously you had texture problems. I haven't seen any on PS5 at all. I don't know if you've seen any, Brad. No, see, it's just kind of like probably works fine on Xbox Series X as well. So it's just another thing. But Ash, how you getting on with it?
Yeah, again, like what Brad said and what you said yourself, I think it's one of them, it scratches an itch. It's like, I want to go in there and I want to kill a lot of people really quick and I want to feel like the strongest. And that's what happens. It's probably not one of the ones I'm going to be playing loads of. But I quite like the fact it's a contained game. I don't think everything needs to be, You know, we're going to add a season here and there. I like the fact it's got a beginning, a middle, and an end, and
I like that as well.
You can replay again with different characters, and from what I've heard, stories, a little bit different. But it's not for me. I can appreciate it, and like you say, I really like the fact they've taken the time to actually. I don't know if they've listened or they've just experienced it, but the things they've put in, like being able to break all that stuff down, be able to pick everything up in a one big lot, it's good. It's definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know. I just don't think it's not for me.
But
I think a lot of people pick it up and really enjoy it, but.
Oh, they have. Yeah, I think that's probably the problem with the servers was just overwhelmed with an amount of people that wanted to play it, and obviously that's down to timing. Obviously, nothing is out at the moment; everything's been delayed. It's in kind of a perfect timing game for it, and also obviously Game Pass as well, which has probably boosted it massively. And I would be 100%. Interested to know, because of how popular it is, do they kind of regret giving it to Microsoft? I wonder how much Microsoft gave them for it, and could they have made more? Do you know what I mean? Because of the timing of it, and obviously everybody in PlayStation are buying it, could they have made all those sales on Xbox as well? You don't know. It probably was agreed a long time ago. But
and it could be that a lot of people are downloading it because it's on Game Pass.
Exactly.
I would never have bought this. I would never have gone out and bought this game, but because it's on Game Pass and I have Game Pass, I was like, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
So
no, fair enough.
Yeah, could be that as well.
Yeah.
Be a factor.
What are you going to say, Brad?
I think the game needs a few things. It needs transmog badly.
True.
Because as a looter game, you kind of want to look good, feel good, be powerful. It's part of it. Yeah. And at the moment, you can craft gear and you can craft weapons, but ultimately you're stuck with how it looks. And you can look really mismatch. You can have your most powerful build and you look like an absolute tramp, and it just doesn't feel good in a game like that.
My Destiny character.
Don't want to call you out on it, but
cheers, man. I didn't have the option when I played it.
Sure. No, it's crying out for transmog or even transmog, or even a shader system. There's no you can put colors on your Jeep that follows you around like a fucking creep. It's like it comes up and it's like weird. But you can't do that on your person. So that's much needed, I feel like.
That's true. That is true. Transmog is definitely needed. Although I quite like the way my character looks at the moment. Like once you get to the later stages, I feel like the armor improves a lot more. It bothered me at the beginning because, like you said, you look like a bit of a trash monster. But once you get to later on, you kind of get a cool little helmet and stuff. And no, it's good. I really like the game. I like the world tier system as well. I like the fact that you can drop it down if it's too difficult for you. You can have it high up, and we were kind of we kept it high the entire time, which we beat the game on like what 11. Yeah. And I've listened to a lot of reviews this week about it because I was interested to hear like other people's opinion, and most people beat on like 7 or 6.
And you dialed it up to 11, yeah?
Yeah, we were on like 11 and we beat the end boss. So we were like,
this one goes to 11.
This one goes to 11. Yeah. Why don't you just have the maximum at 10? Because this one goes.
This is one more. This is one more than 10.
By the way, Reece, tip for you and for all the listeners out there playing Outriders. I changed my skill tree. I was going through the middle, which you have been as well for health.
Bottom and middle bit.
Fine. So last night I was playing with Luke and I was like, fuck this guy. He was just like absolutely mashing up everything. And I changed my skill tree entirely over the top, fucked off the middle and bottom. And I'm just destroying everything. And I'm not dying that much more than I was. The trade-off isn't as bad as I thought. So
top tree.
I think it's the way to go.
Top tree.
Pure I'll do that.
DPS output.
Yeah. So people that don't know, top tree is mainly for weapons. It's just weapon damage. Middle tree seems to be for your health. And then the bottom tree is more for your skill, so like your abilities to load back quicker, etc. So cool.
I really like. Sorry, last point from me. Like I said, we're going to talk probably more about the end game next week when we've dived in, because we've done the campaign now, done all the side missions and everything. So we'll have another. Thoughts on that, but first impressions, we did one. It's like they're timed missions, which is interesting. I don't mind that. I've seen there's some criticism about it being timed. People don't like time gate.
I like time stuff.
I do it.
I liked it when it was in Destiny, the Nightfalls as well, when they were timed. I thought that was really good.
I do. And the stats at the end, it's fantastic. I wish Destiny had. There's a full breakdown at the end where you can see every single stat from the mission that you've done, like gun damage, ability damage, how many of these you killed, how many of those you killed. So you can really call each other out on the final screen. It's like, oh, you wanky, you only did that, and it just adds that layer of
bullying.
banter. Bullying ultimately.
Yeah.
Always,
bullies.
Yeah. Always handy when Reece is on the team.
Yep. I did better than you. What are you talking about?
No, you did. I can't talk. Yeah.
I've got stats to prove it there. Brett just waffles off on Destiny. I'm better than you, and I have nothing to say. Now I've got fucking numbers. But there you go. Anyway,